is up, you guys? With just a few days until Knott Scary Farm officially kicks off, we are here to talk about everything coming to Knott Scary Farm for the 2024 season. Let's get started. Guys, I was just trying to make a nice video and then this thing showed up. Uh-oh. Just leave me alone. Guys, I finally harnessed it. Yep, in case you're wondering, I actually bought one of these lanterns this year. And I'm going to be carrying this around with me when I go to Knott's. Okay, so in case you guys are wondering what this thing can do, this is what we call the interaction feature. This is what you're going to do if you're just walking around and it starts flashing repeatedly. Then that means there's something it's able to interact with. But then this section, green, this is the tag. You click this little button here. And the other lantern will turn red, and that one has to click it before anyone else does. If you're red, you're stuck with it. Dun dun dun, that's how tag works. So we're going to be starting off with the shows, and the first one is called Conjurers. It's a magic show, and it's really cool. And they had it a few years ago. Last year it was replaced by Dr. Cleaver's. And yeah, this is going to be a cool show. Another returning show is called and don't blame me wrong for the I might be wrong with the pronunciation. Le Magnifique Carnaval de Grotesque. Yeah, it's a really cool stunt show on the Calico Mine stage, and they've had it since Mesmer opens. I haven't seen it myself because I've never been, but it looks really cool. And then the one that's everyone's shocked about this year. Yours truly, the Elvira X Experience. This is basically like a museum show, and there's gonna be a screen showing Elvira stuff. People are kind of sad that they didn't bring back the Music Monsters and Mayhem, and just have Elvira be the one announcing the musical numbers. She doesn't even have to dance, but I get it. They wanted to have people autograph, which. By the way, they're $80, which is wild, and she'll only buy sign Elvira stuff. She's gonna be making some money on those days she's available. And backed by popular demand is the Hanging the Errors tour. In case you're wondering what the Hanging is, it's where they make rude jokes about pop culture and they hang someone. And judging by a name, Taylor Swift is probably gonna be hung. the Errors tour. This is a show I probably really want to see. Everyone's been waiting for, the mazes. But first, before we get to the new ones, we gotta talk about the returning ones. First returning maze is the Chilling Chambers. This maze, it's an inaugural payback to the first maze, the 10 Chilling Chambers, and it was brought last year for the 50th. Everybody thought it was going to be changed. It is the exact same maze, but either way, it's kind of a way to go through Doll Factory, a circus, an asylum, and a bunch of other things. Vampires, too. But, yeah. Next returning maze is Cinema Slasher. You embark into the Midnight Theater through a trio of terror films, all with this main villain, the Slasher of the Dark. He's basically, you gotta survive his wrath through 3 films, and this maze, from what I've seen, it looks amazing, and I am so hyped for this one this year. Another returning maze is Room 13. It's a prohibition. It goes along with the Goring 20 Scare Zone theme, where you try to find the roots of the Devil's Elixir and why everybody's becoming so monster demon-like. So you check into the Archive Hotel and discover the secrets of Room 13. Next up is the Grimoire. You turn the pages of a book where they turn your greatest nightmares into a reality. And you gotta try to survive the Hellhounds too. Yeah. Just try and survive this. You don't want to read. Yeah. Next returning maze, for the last time, is Bloodline 1842. Enter the battlegrounds of a war-torn street of the steampunk's neo-Victorian city of Aldonia. This time, you're armed with your wits. again. But, yeah. Pretty much it. You got... So, I'm really disappointed that it's this last year for the maze, but the first year they had it, the guns, they made the line too long. So last year they removed them, which was a bad choice. And I hope, since it's the last year, they bring the guns back one more time. Because that would make it worth it. Please not. Next up is Mesmer. Enter the canvas tent. Within the canvas tent lies the secret of the most potent force in the universe, the human mind. Give in and succumb to the hypnotist Mesmer and his sinister sideshows as a prize on your hidden fears. Everybody was thinking this maze would be on its last year too, but it's not. Next up, Origins, the Curse of Calico. You're gonna unearth the secrets of why Sarah Marshall has cursed Calico, and it's a wild one. This maze, I thought was its last year too. 2019 is when this maze originated. That's also when the next maze originated too. But this one, they're not just trying to hang on to this one as long as they can. They just saw an opportunity with Bloodline because it wasn't executed that well. Finally, the last returning maze is Waxworks. It's a wax factory with Dr. Augustus Scratch, and he's using the human body to turn it into his own creations. This is a bloody, gory house. I'm excited to do this one, and it's its last year too. This maze we all knew was going away soon, but yeah. This is seriously what everyone's been waiting for. The new mazes. And oh boy, this is gonna be wild. This brand new maze is 8 Fingers 9, the Boogeyman. Step inside a living fairy tale in a colonial township that's under siege by an inhuman monster that preys from the dark. As night descends, 8 Fingers 9 emerges from the shadows in search of fresh meat. His vicious bite penetrates deep, causing sleep paralysis, which holds his victim in sway as he slowly consumes their flesh. Step lively and beware the dark, or it may be the main course of his next meal. This maze, this is gonna be gory. Like, I think it's gonna be more gory than Waxworks. Because he's gonna be eating people's hands. But then again, people are thinking like, oh my gosh, he's eating finger number 5. Oh my gosh, he's eating finger number 6. What? Yeah. The final new maze that's coming to Knott Scary Farm this year is Widows. Can you hear that? The spider-possessed residents of the convalescent home are preparing a special place for you. Enter their web and succumb to their dark desires. Oh my gosh, this maze is gonna be insane. Like, it's combined 2 fears. The fear of spiders and the fear of old people. I don't have a fear of old people, but I have a little bit of a fear of spiders. But this maze, it's just gonna be creepy, and what they've described in the videos. I don't know if I could say this. I might not get demonetized, but I don't even have money, so I'm gonna say it anyway. So they said in the maze, there's gonna be this scene where a man's giving birth to spiders, and they crawl out of his stomach. But they said the first half is going to take place in the convalescent home, and then you're going to enter the spider realm. This maze is going to be wild. Oh my gosh. It's wild that I'm actually doing this. But yeah, that's Widows. Finally, we have the scare zones. So first up we got the Ghost Town Streets, which is the original area that started Knott Scary Farm as a whole. Then we have the Gauntlet, which is returning from last year, and it's a king and queen realm where they have all sorts of medieval things going on. Goring 20s, this is my favorite scare zone. It takes place in the 1920s and Prohibition era, but they drink anyway. And then Carnival. And on the boardwalk, Carnival, it's just a bunch of clowns taking over. And finally, we have Forsaken Lake, which is right next to Silver Bullets Lake, and all the monsters are rising from the lake. That's gonna do it for everything coming to Not Scary Farm. I know what you're thinking. I forgot to talk about the food, but there's way too much. And if we get something there, I'll just tell you. But yeah. If you guys enjoyed my guide, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!